Welcome back everyone. In the modern world, for people who are not very familiar with firearms, it shouldn't be very difficult to make it the right decision when buying their first handgun without breaking the bank. For those reasons, I'm going to be presenting for you the Beretta model APX. This is the first line of production. There is currently the model APX A1, which is an improved version of this one. They both are very similar, and I'm going to be using this one as a reference, but they both are very similar. Beretta is the oldest firearm produced in the world. They have been contractors for a lot of military forces all over the world, law enforcement, private security, private militaries, and they're unquestionably one of the firearms to keep an eye on. Beretta APX, was one of the contestants for the modular handgun system that would be replacing all firearms in the United States branches. One of the aspects that they have to keep in mind, they were supposed to have a red dot receiver. They were supposed to be a true modular ambidextrous firearm in order to be able to switch size, colors, shapes, and they also have to have, most of all, a manual safety in order to be in compliance with the modular handgun system that the U.S. Armed Forces were requesting to replace all firearms. A lot of people will try to sell you when they go to a gun store one that will cost you $200 to $300 more than this one, but you will get to do the same with this one. This was the reason this one was not selected for the modular handgun system because of the prices among contractors. But this is one you can keep in mind when you're looking for your first handgun if you're not an expert and if you don't have any experience, but you will get a good deal. For those reasons, I'm presenting for you the Beretta APX. Welcome. When you go to the store to pick up your Beretta APX, this is you're gonna be receiving on the box. It comes in a plastic box. It's not gonna be one of those cardboard boxes that after you spend hundreds of dollars, it's almost insulting to get one of those cardboard boxes. To me, that's just a big no. And you can see it's really beautiful. It's well made. The clips are very hard to open. It's got the logo all over. Beretta. Really good quality firearms. Italians, they know how to work their stuff. On the inside, you're gonna have the handgun itself. You're gonna have three back straps. This one they were replaced by gray. You can get a lot of aftermarket parts. You don't have to stick to the original. You got the medium, small, and large depending on your size. I have medium size hands. Some people has Sasquatch hands. Some people have small hands. It's just a one for your preference. It comes with the reloader assistant. I have several of them. I use whichever comes with it. You have with the rod and the cleaning brush, so you assemble them and you will be able to give it a good cleaning. It comes with a lock for safety in case you own several firearms and you're gonna be on a long trip and you left them at home inside your case. However, I like to overlock or overkill everything on safety. From the factory, you will only receive a 2 magazine. I would highly recommend people to get at least 3 magazines. Most of the time, to me, the best option is to go up to 6 magazines for each firearm you have. But we all work in different ways. You're gonna have 4 plates that come from the factory. They will be compatible with loophole, pattern, 3G con, aim point. What's the other one? I forgot. There's so many of them. Burris, Doctor, you name it. There's a bunch of them. On the bottom, you're gonna have the manual with safety instruction. So it's something that you're gonna have to do your own homework. Registration card for warranty if it's a brand new weapon. If it's not a brand new weapon, forget about warranty. But for the price, I think it's a hell of a deal. The specification for this review, I was only able to get the first version, which is the Beretta APX. Currently, Beretta it's selling the APX A1, which is an improved version of this one. This one is really good. The A1, you don't need to say that it's even better than this one. This is the weapon itself. I was only able to get the full size. You got a full size tactical, which comes with an extended threaded barrel. The colors that is going to be available, this one is going to be only the black. If you go for the full tactical, you're going to be able to choose between olive green or the flat dark earth, what I like to call just peanut butter color. I'm surprised they don't have more colors available for the from the factory for the compact or the full size, but you can always get plenty of aftermarket parts from Beretta or any other authorized retailer as well. You also have a compact version, which is going to be, the barrel is going to be a 3.7. This is a 4.25 on the full size. 3.7 is right on the edge, but I like to keep for a concealed carry purpose. I like more on the 3.9. That's, but this is, it is what it is. The weight on this one is gonna be, I believe the full size is gonna be on the 29.6. So they're rather heavy. They're not super light pistols, so it helps reducing recoil when you shoot. The magazine capacity for the full size is gonna be 17, but you can also get the extended magazine like a Super Duty ones for 21. That's what a lot of military and law enforcement agencies are going. So far, Beretta is only making their APX model in 9mm. I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they will opt to make a 40 and 45 available. The trigger weight is gonna be between 5.5 and 6.5 pounds. The more you use them, the lighter they get. It's gonna be a 2-pound stage trigger. This is gonna be the demonstration. It's gonna have a first take up, wall, smooshy, and then it breaks. It has what I like. It's very similar to the Savage safety trigger. You have the inner blade. If you do not press this blade, you won't be able to take a shot, which is a gimmicky. Every time a child gets it without the parents' authorization, then when horrible accidents happen, they'll always properly press it. But you know, it's just an extra feature. The Beretta has never been involved like any other firearms in accidental discharge or anything. This is like, you got peace of mind. You can take it to any training classes. You will never get involved in any kind of dramatic situation. They are super safety. They always emphasize safety. The action is going to be striker fire. You don't have any hammer on the back. It is hard for dust, sand, or any material to get on it. I like just striker fire. That's just the way I roll. In the front, you're gonna have the rail. It's gonna have for putting your laser or a flashlight. The trigger guard is gonna be extended, so if you're gonna be using it during a winter or cold area, you won't have any problem using your finger on it. You're gonna have plenty of room over here. As you can see, some grip, they come with the grip. Finger groups. I do like finger groups, some people don't like finger groups. The modern one, the APX A1, the current version that is sold, this is the first line of production. You can choose between having the finger groups or not. You can buy aftermarket grip model. There is a smaller version of this one, which is the APX Carry, which is going to be barely 3 inches barrel. It's also only 8 rounds capacity from the factory. You can upgrade to a more round capacity, magazine capacity, but that's gonna be only recommended for people who are very familiar with firearms, who are more a better trained shooter. This one, this one, because of its size and dimensions and capacity, it's gonna be obviously heavier, so it's gonna help you recoil. I do not recommend for first time a firearm buyer to get the Carry, which is it's like what I like to call the pocket size handguns for when you go hiking, when you go on a run, when you go traveling places, that you can just put a regular carry one on my cargo pants or cargo shorts and nobody have to notice that I'm capable of defending myself and my loved ones. To start with, if you are unexperienced, I would highly recommend you to go for the compact one, which is slightly smaller than this one. And instead of having the long extended grip, it's gonna have only a 15 round, which is easier to conceal. This won't be sticking out of your or printing on your hip. Florida recently passed the open carry, so you don't have to be worried about anymore about being reported and going to jail because somebody noticed that you were imprinting, like had happened previously. But I just like to keep everything. I like to keep the element of surprise. I am pro open carry, however, I will never be exposing myself, showing my capabilities. That's just the way I roll. I encourage you to do as you wish. When you can see, it's gonna be fully ambidextrous. It's 2025. If you don't see any firearm out there that is not fully ambidextrous, you're gonna have the full ambidextrous slide release for one hand reloading, and it's very soft. The more you shoot it, the softer it gets. It's not like certain firearms out there that you really have to ram the left side. This is gonna be really nice and easy. You can also, if you wish, you can put the manual safety. Beretta have a video on it, and they can sell you the parts if you are required to get one. It's gonna have serrations around the upper slide, so in case you can use those people who like to put their hands close to the front of the muzzle. I don't like to do that, but it's just personal preference. I just rock the old way. This is gonna be the takedown level, which is a lot sturdier than some weapons. They use some sort of takedown pins on the side. Eventually they can get worn out. The magazine is kind of carved over here in case it was built from the ground up for the military use. In case you get a dust or mug or cluster inside and it doesn't come out with the magazine release, you will be able to force it out, and it's gonna be able to come out without any problem because of these kind of cuts on the bottom. You can also have the lanyard for those people with duty that are required to use the lanyard. Militaries, hunters, game warden, they have to have lanyards, and this is a good lanyard. It's not like certain firearms out there that is a symbolic lanyard that was gonna pop out anytime. It's gonna stay with it. The magazine release is gonna be fully ambidextrous. You can replace it if you are a right-handed or a left-handed. I just dropped it. The Beretta, they use their own coating to prevent rust. Everyone have their own name for it. I think they all work. You don't have to go crazy about that. It is very aggressive, the texture for gripping. 3 different back straps depending on your hand size. There is an improved version on this one, which is the APX A1, which is slightly different with this one, but pretty much parts are very compatible among them. The best part of all is that they all are gonna be a modular handgun system. So if you're gonna get the small one, the carry one, and then you're gonna buy the upper slide for the compact and the grid for the medium size, you're gonna have just to buy only the modular chassis that I'm gonna show you in a few minutes, and then you're gonna be able to switch depending on your purpose. It's gonna be for carry, it's gonna be for duty, it's gonna be for suppressing, taking suppressed shots in your property because you have a coyote problem or you have a raccoon problem all the time, or whatever problem you have. So you're gonna need to use suppress. It's gonna be based on your preference. The things I do not like about this one is that from the factory they do not give you the option to buy them with manual safety, which I will always endorse and encourage for everyone to use. I see even single shot bolt action rifle, they have a safety. This one with 15 to 21 capacity, people don't have safety, and they have children running around the house. I know it's about allowing the children get to it. I know, I understand that part, but I just like to make it even harder for children to be able to, even if they caught them, because they can outsmart you, believe it or not. They know where you put them, and you think they don't know, but they kind of know a little bit. I like to make it extra hard for them to, even if they have access to them, I like to have an extra step over here. Besides, in some states like the state of Massachusetts, if you do not have a manual safety, this is for every traveling nurse, for every realtor, investor, just vacationing. If you do not have the magazine compliance of 10 rounds and a manual safety, you will be arrested in the state of Massachusetts, regardless that you will be a concealed carry with reciprocity in Massachusetts, regardless that you will be a professional, a law enforcement, and you have to be in compliance. Just a heads up. Another thing I did not like about this one is gonna be that only those with the tactical configuration will be coming with the tritium sights on the top. If you're not running red dot with night vision, you're gonna need to run at least for nighttime. You're gonna be able to replace the original sights for the tritium, so at least you can aim a little bit at nighttime, and you can see where your shots are gonna be hitting. At least what I noticed about this one is that the rear side, they're gonna be the steep one instead of the triangular one that you cannot do the one hand reloading drill. I will be doing a video about it, but I would highly recommend you to get tritium sight for all your firearms. Only tactical models, that's something that was on the downside for me too. Only the tactical model, they will come in the old olive drab green or flat dark earth. And then they carry the really small one, which is kind of snappy because of its size. So that's something I think that I believe Beretta, if they ever see this video, they might be able to improve or make it widely available for its customer. The disassembly is going to be extremely easy, like many other firearms. You're going to remove your mag, you're going to rack the slide back, you're going to make sure you don't have anything on the chamber. A lot of the time, extractor and ejector, they do fail in our firearm, regardless of your fanatism and your call for your favorite one. Then you make sure it's all empty. With your firing trigger, you're gonna press this button over here, your takedown level button. At the same time, you're gonna rotate your takedown level. You're gonna release the upper slide, and then you're gonna press the trigger. And that's it. That's the basic disassembly for cleaning purpose. Then from then you can remove the guide rod with spring, and then the barrel. You're gonna have the 4 main pieces. You can do your throwout cleaning, and then in order to assemble it, you're gonna put back your barrel, your guide rod and spring. Make sure the hat, this is what I like to call the hat, is just it's gonna be sitting on this portion of the barrel. And then in order to reassemble this one, you're going to align this. First, I'm gonna show you, before you get to that point, I'm gonna show you the slide. On this one, the majority of the pistol out there, they're gonna have a slide portion over here, a small right portion, and they're gonna have a small slide portion on the back on each side. This one, since it was built for a military purpose, for law enforcement purposes, for heavy duty use and abuse, you can tell how beefy this one is. Even though you might be using plus P ammunition, it's not gonna be high chances of the upper and the lower coming of each other, because you see how thick, how beefy it's being built. It's something that I really love. When I disassemble it, I realized, like, wow, this is very well thought about it, you know. When you compare this one to other ones, it was really, it's impressive the way it was built. It was really over-engineered. In order to assemble it, you're just gonna align them, and then you're gonna round the slide, open and lower it, hold it on the top, return the takedown level, release the slide, and then fire. Check for function. And that's it. That's fully assembled. It's very simple. You can do it with either hand if you're a right or left-handed shooter, and nothing to be worried about. Aftermarket parts, at the beginning I was kind of concerned because this is a European made. A lot of them are made in the United States. This particular one was made in Italy. I don't know how, but I believe they have better quality control than in the United States. That's the rumor. The tritium side, you can get a bunch of things aftermarket tritium sides, as well as you can also get replacement barrel. You can also get replacement barrel with the thread. For those who wants to get into the suppressor, just remember, it's gonna be extra long, extra heavy, and they are not transferable. Something to consider about suppressors. You can also order the ambidextrous manual safety. I'm into it. It's just me. It's just personal preferences. Beretta also have a video explaining how to replace them and install them. This doesn't look like you need to go to a complete gunsmith course about it. It's just very easy. You can get magazine mag welds for competitors or people who likes to do like really fast reloading. You can get muzzle brake that really make your shooting, like for dummy people with no experience. Out of the blue, they're gonna be shooting way better than people who have been shooting almost every weekend. But it's also not applicable to duty or tactical purposes, since at nighttime you're gonna have like a whole fireball over here in the front. It's gonna give your position, and noise is gonna be almost 4 times louder, so it will be easier to pinpoint. You're gonna be buying aftermarket grip and aftermarket upper slide. You can switch from different sizes, from different extension, and from different colors as well as the mag welds. This one, the one I was able to borrow, is gonna be gray. You have them in peanut butter color, you have them in olive green, which is my favorite, and the black as the most common. You also have, it's just the aftermarket part. I was concerned since this is a foreign firearm producer, but it's not hard to get at all, and they're very easy to work on. I asked my favorite gunsmith, and they told me no, they're super easy to work, nothing to be concerned about. My final thought is that being a true modular handgun system is going to allow you, the owner, to switch size, barrel length, color, depending on the purpose, from professional use, suppress, conceal, or ultra compact for the carry model. Just remember, it's gonna be a jumpy. That's gonna be covered, Most are currently when you buy any Beretta APX model, most of the places that I've seen them, they all include like $100 rebate. You can buy the extra 3 team size, you can buy your extra magazine. Not only you will have 2, but you can buy 2 more. So that's something to be, there is a big motivation. It's just depending on your preference. When you compare this one, its competitor, they all gonna have the red dot slide cut. They're all gonna have the ambidextrous release. A lot of competitors, they're already making the modular handgun chassis, so you can switch the size and all that. But for the price that this one has and its performance, there is no way the Beretta the APX is one to consider without breaking your bank. For all those reasons, I would highly recommend it to those people around there. I owe you that video when I'm gonna be dumping it on the mud. I'm gonna be wasting 500 rounds without going to a proper course. That's up to you. If you're breaking, if you blow your fingers, that's up to you. If you have any comment, question, put them on below. I will be more than glad to help you. Thank you so much for your time. You have a wonderful day, and God bless you all.